We look at housing as a reward instead of a right. You know, if you do everything you're supposed to, you get rewarded with housing. And if that's the case, then you're going to have people living on your streets, right? Because they're not meeting this need that you have.
Often there is tension between progress and perfection.
You can change your situation any day.
Julia Orlando
Okay, tell me what happened here. Can the supportive housing option happen?
oversees the Housing, Health, and Human Services Center
Yeah, that's my superhero cape.
in Bergen County, New Jersey.
This office, I hope, is a reflection of the work.
Perfection for her would be ending homelessness. Progress is what they've done so far. Bergen County was the first and remains among the few in America to reach functional zero for chronic homelessness.
It's not just about the number of people. It's also about a system that can rapidly and effectively respond to homelessness when it happens in your community.
The number of Americans experiencing homelessness has gone up every year since 2016. Headlines and state laws often focus on punishing those without shelter or pushing them out of downtowns. In Bergen County, the focus for 14 years has been bringing people in need to the center, addressing every need they might have under one roof, and then securing them their own roofs in a matter of months.
The voucher, okay.
That's the track for Stephanie Zahn.
We have the appointment for your neurologist.
And that's a video appointment.
Yep.
She says illness and early onset dementia led to addiction and self-medication. She stays at the center and meets there with a counselor every week.
Mentally, I'm just stressed, but I'm taking my medication, I'm keeping my appointments.
You're crying. I don't want to cry. But
I'm sorry, I don't mean to cry.
The tears come from the progress and from the knowledge that housing will come soon.
People can be housed with mental illness and people can be housed with addiction.
That's where Orlando says her county truly stands out. They have the services, but also the low-cost housing to place those who need it when they're ready in homes they can afford.
That helps them to address the help that they need. It's very hard to work on your mental health and or your addiction when you're on the street.
To date, a handful of communities have achieved functional zero for chronic homelessness. But functional zero doesn't mean absolute zero.
roast beef?
Even in Bergen, hundreds remain without homes. Dozens use the center for dinner and stay in the shelter.
We have many referrals here that people are over the age of 80 years old. That is a concern to me. Because we're a community that's reached functional zero, I think people maybe think, then shouldn't your shelter be empty? Your shelter is never going to be empty.
But progress for Orlando comes from the county's consistent will to not punish, but treat.
Yeah.
It's the message ingrained around the center. Acknowledge progress in pursuit of perfection.
If the worst thing that happens here is we just house a whole bunch of people, where's there the loss? The thing that has to change first is the belief that people should be treated different in your community.
In Bergen County, New Jersey, I'm Matt Pearl.